My next guest is coming off a highlight reel finish over Adrian Yanez. UFC 287 doesn't get much better than this. It's Rob Font back here on the program, live in paradise. Rob, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. Can't complain. I'm in Florida, just relaxing. And I'm back on with James Lynch, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. You've had a lot of good wins in your career. Where does this one rank in terms of, the pressure going in off the 2 losses, fighting a guy who you were a betting underdog against? We'll talk about that a little bit later, but just, this is a big win for you, first round finish like this. Where does this one rank in terms of career highlights?
Definitely top 5 for sure, man. It might be the second, man. Top 2. I needed, like you said, man, coming off 2 losses, haven't finished a fight since the Mariah's fight. So it's been a while since I actually finished the fight. And yeah, man, it was like you said, underdog coming in, on a big pay-per-view card. And like a lot of spotlight. Kind of felt like they were trying to just push, obviously Adrian. So it was like, be careful, man. Put your money on me, because I feel like you guys are overlooking me, and I fucking I made him pay.
Did that surprise you? It surprised me that you were the betting underdog going in, just in terms of who both of you have fought and everything else. Did that? I know he was on a winning streak, but did that surprise you a bit, just because of who you fought and who he's fought?
I guess not. Losing 2 in a row, taking a year off. People forget about you real fast. It's and he's been active. He's been winning. You read. Obviously, you go on Sherdog, and if you just quickly read, you see he's got 11-0, 5-0 in the UFC, all finishes, all knockouts. And if you don't really do the deep dive on his record and break down his opponents that he actually fought, you kind of would assume that, hey, this guy's lost 2 in a row, hasn't fought in a year. You might just be like, yeah, no way he's winning this fight. But I think the true fans know, the true Rob Font fans knew that, hey, put the money on him, because this is free money right here.
Yeah, no, it was great to see. How did you feel in there? Obviously, the result speaks for itself, but being off for that long, how did you feel in the octagon?
I felt great. I felt rested. I felt finally we're back. In front of a crowd. It's been a while since I fought in front of a crowd like that as well. So, it just felt normal. It felt like at home. I was just prepared and ready. I knew what I was doing in that Cheetah fight. I wasn't completely ready, so it's kind of like this one. This is how it's supposed to feel. This feels right. I want to come to every fight feeling this way.
Anything about him surprise you at all? Again, it was a short fight, but were there anything once you actually got in there that maybe you weren't expecting?
No. We knew he'd be quick. We knew he'd be a good boxer. And yeah, I guess I'll maybe if we wait a little longer, we'll see. But man, I think it worked out perfect. We knew he would be fast. We knew he'll once we were in that kind of B range, he would throw a lot of combinations, and we figured a lot of things that he would do, and exactly what he did as well.
I know we didn't get to see much of it in the fight just because it was so short, but I know you've been doing your strength and conditioning with Mike Perry. How much was that on point? Because you looked really fast in there.
Oh man, I felt great. I felt strong. I felt loose. I felt like I had a lot of pop in my shots. I felt like the footwork was there. And definitely, I working with Mike Perry, I wasn't even worried about conditioning. That's never even an issue. I feel like we can push a pace even when we're tired, and that's just simply because of the conditioning we're doing consistently.
Is Dad Font officially a thing? We saw Dad Cerrone go on his run when he had his first child. Did you feel like there was some dad energy in that fight too?
Man, I got that dad strength now, baby. Be careful, boys.
Yeah, no, for sure. You got to watch out. How did you celebrate after the fight? Because obviously, we mentioned this in the interview before, but you have family who's from Florida.
Yeah, so we just went back to the Airbnb right after the fight. Just hang out with everybody that came out to the fight, and then we actually went out to Boca Raton for Easter. Relaxed there. Calvan Kattar and some of his family were out there, so we chilled out there for the day. And then I drove up to Tampa right now. I'm in Tampa right now, just hanging out with my mom, my sister, cousin, all my family. So just relaxing, just keeping it basic, man. Pool, barbecue, and just relaxing, staying downtown. But I got family right around this area, so just kind of house bouncing as well.
And a nice little bit of extra change as well, getting the bonus. What are you going to be using the bonus money on? I know there's a lot of diapers to buy, I'm sure, but what else are you going to be putting the money towards?
Like you said it, man. That's all going to Emerald, man. Now I'm gonna buy something nice. I haven't figured it out yet. Definitely, I gotta buy the team something nice, and then obviously hold down Kathy and Emerald. But after that, we're gonna stack it up, man.
You gonna get any new golf clubs or anything?
Nah, not yet, not yet.
How long have you had your
got
clubs for?
uh, golf. I got a brand new set for free for about a year ago. So
Oh, okay. Well, then you're good. Yeah, I know. I was gonna say I wasn't sure if you had a set for a long time. So
how you talking about? I might have to get a membership this year. I gotta have to sign up, man. So
you got to get back into it. Have you been doing any golfing out there? You know, it's interesting. I talked to Steve Garcia, who was on your card as well. He played 18 holes before his fight. I thought that was crazy.
I know. I wanted to. We thought about it. We thought about it. It was just it was kind of hot. It was like, man, if we go out there, we're gonna play 18. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be like, but we thought about it. There was a golf course right around the area too, where the Airbnb we were staying.
Yeah.
But we opted out. We played a little basketball.
Okay, well that's good. And any golf plans after this? Now that you got some time off?
Oh, I'm in. I'm trying to play as much as possible. I'm actually probably I get back Friday, so I'm trying to see if we set something up Friday morning.
There you go. You got your priorities straight. I like it. I played twice last week, but one of the days was pouring rain. I didn't play very well, but I'll just blame the rain on that. So there we go. And also sort of talked about it there. Really good event. The main event, Israel Adesanya knocking out Pereira. Did you get to watch that one live? And if so, what did you think?
Yeah, we did. That was awesome, man. It was a little sketchy at first. You couldn't tell if it was getting hurt or those late hits starting to add up. And he kind of just drew him in. He rode with the shots and just let loose a big bomb on it. It was awesome, and he followed it up, and then Izzy, man, with the arrows, he just shoot. It was just like, it was entertaining, man. Like I'm proud of him. I'm excited for him. I feel like we can learn a lot from Izzy, his style, the way he brings to the table. Yeah, man, it was pretty cool, man.
So you mentioned it there, taking some time, well-deserved time off, I should say. When do you want to get back in there? When would be the best time to get your next fight?
Thinking October the latest.
Okay.
Definitely to it. I'm hanging out until Thursday. Get back Friday, and then we got Nick Fury fighting. So I'll be back in the gym helping him do his thing, and then trying to get back in as soon as possible. Obviously don't want to rush it either. Obviously want to make sure it makes sense, and I'm excited to get back though. Like 3 minutes wasn't enough.
What does that mean to have, mentioning Nick there? How cool is it to see him in the UFC now fighting Chase Hooper?
It's great, man. This is a great opportunity. I think this is going to be a big fight for him. He has, I think, he's a perfect opponent. Chase Hooper has a huge name, and I think the style matches perfectly with Nick Fiore's. I think a lot of people are going to be surprised about how good Nick really is and how good his jiu-jitsu is. So I think this is the perfect opponent for that.
Okay, there we go. How's Calvan Kattar doing? We know he's recovering from that ACL. Obviously, we got Arnold Allen fighting Holloway this weekend, so I'm sure people are sort of talking about the division. But how's Calvin doing?
He's good. He's in a good spot. I just talked to him earlier. He's had he's consistent at PT. He's doing at least 4 days a week plus the work he does by himself. He's going back to Vegas in May to kind of just stay out there for a month to kind of obviously keep grinding out there with the PI Heather and her team. So it's in a good spot. It's just more about patient, not doing too much, and just getting ready because that call's gonna come soon enough.
For sure. Are you gonna get separation anxiety with him being away that long?
Actually, I'm gonna hang out for like a week and a half here, and then I'm gonna go out there with him too.
Okay, so you are gonna go with. I was gonna say you guys are inseparable. It would seem weird if one of you was somewhere and the other one wasn't there, right? So
we're gonna get some training in, and then Nick Fiore's fight we could be out there in Vegas. So it's kind of like try to time it up. But it'll be good. It'll be good. Obviously, we love Vegas. I can't wait to get back out there and get some training in, recover, and watch Nick do his thing.
That's great. And then I know as far as the next opponent, you mentioned Deivseson Figeredo. I don't know if you saw this morning, Deivseson doing an interview saying he's going to stay at 125. Your reaction to that?
Oh, man. There goes my shot. My plans right there. I guess if he wants to stay, he stays. I could have sworn he was talking about he wanted to move up, and he had to move up. Couldn't make the weight, but it'd probably be better if he just stayed down there.
Well, I'm a bit surprised too, because if Moreno stays the champion, like he's not going to get to fight him again. I don't think people want to see another fight between them, but we'll have to see. So if he's out of the equation, any other opponents you're looking at in that weight class? Because you fought a lot of the guys already, right?
Yeah, that's the tough part, man. There's a lot of guys that have fought. Obviously, I would love the Petr Yan match. That'd be a big one. The Cheeto rematch, I would love it because it's so fresh. But we'll see how it plays out. Definitely don't want to fight another number 12 ranked guy. So it's kind of you know, like I don't mind waiting either. You know, I got back in there. I got my hand raised. I made a statement, so I could patiently wait. You know, so we'll see. We'll see.
Well,
But
I'll throw one at you. Just I don't know if you'd be interested in this rankings wise, but they're fighting this weekend. Pedro Munhoz and Chris Gutierrez. Would you want to get that one back over Pedro if he wins this Saturday?
forgot about that fight. Yeah, that's on the Arnold Allen card, right? That'd be another good one too. Pedro's so dangerous, and you know, so. But it's been like two in a row for him, right? A couple in a row for him.
Well, he had the no con. Well, yeah, you're right. He's lost. I think he's lost a couple, but then he had the no contest with O'Malley, right? It was kind of a weird fight.
Yeah, so I would love to see him get back in the win streak, man. He needs that. Chris just knocked out Frankie, right? Like, so that's a good fight. That's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun. I forgot about that fight. Yeah, that's another one. I got a rematch with him. I know they're doing Cody versus Cruz. So those two.
Is that official? I think that makes sense.
I could be wrong. That's what I heard. I heard that they're doing that fight. And then obviously O'Malley's. You know, he's not done. He's gonna wait. He basically got that title shot lined up. Merab. It seems like Merab and Corey's probably about to go down, and then hopefully they don't make that Cheeto and Yan fight. Let me jump in there and fight Yan. So we'll see.
Okay.
See how it plays out.
Well, after seeing Yan, I mean, we've seen him up close a couple times now. Stylistically, how would you look at that fight between you and Petr Yan?
I think it'd be another great fight. Another fight of the night, knockout type scenario. See, he brings it. He starts off slow, and I think if you start off slow with me, it's like you can't let me get an inch. I'll take a mile, and I think it'd be a great fight. You know, he's there to be hit, but he's not. So which is interesting. You know, like he has great defense. He's right there, but he's not like running the whole time. You know, so it's weird how you don't necessarily see him get hit with too many shots. And I think I would like to be the guy to kind of change that narrative.
Awesome. Rob, I'm not going to keep you any longer from your family. You're probably like, man, get me out of here. I got to go hang out and be a dad. But I always appreciate the time, man. And for the record, I want people to know I picked you in this fight. You were the underdog, and I kept telling. I wish I still kept the text message, but I texted my buddy and I said, "Can you believe Rob Font's an underdog here?" So glad to see it coming through, because I know Calvin gave me a hard time for picking against him against Chikaze. So if Calvin, if you're watching this, just know I'm on the cartel side here. But if there's anyone you want to thank before we get out of here, any sponsors, any social media, I'll give you the last word.
Thank you for having me on, man. I want to make a huge shout out to First Form, obviously shout out to the cartel, and stay tuned, man. I should have news about the next fight soon, and I can't wait to get back in.